For example, it should be stated that the bank tellers weren't remotely traumatised by the experience, because it was obvious that they were waving water pistols which they painted black, but they thought that they might as well comply with the bank's policy of erring on the side of caution. So they thought, well, fuck it. And so what you had was one of the most laid-back bank robberies in the history of all time, where neither perpetrator nor victim gave particularly much of a toss as to how it all panned out. They arrested the taxi driver as well, which I think is quite beautiful, but very quickly dropped the charges when they realised he was every bit as baffled as the rest of them. But I think my favourite detail of all was that, and their attorney raised this by way of a character statement, is that these two walk into the bank with their masks and their water pistols and the see-through bags, and there's an enormous queue. There's a really big lineup for the cashiers, for the bank tellers. So these two, they just walk in and stand at the back of the queue with the masks on. And it takes decades of institutionalisation to go into that kind of behaviour. And if these fellas are still alive now, they'll both be in their late 80s. And they're part of a dying generation of people that were obliged to spend decade upon decade in mental hospitals and were then discharged overnight in many cases and were simply expected to get on with it. And this is for them.